A very special
Welcome
thank
again,
you to
everybody, to
everybody who
Justin's
tunes in
podcast.
to the
I'm Ernest Justin Turkey
Podcast.
Leg,
And I also want to
and
give a special thanks
just had to
to
hit the
all my
reset button
sponsors.
a couple times
He's the
because
pioneer
I
and
guess
the
I don't
voice
know
for
what my real
XTV
name
East
is, ladies
Coast.
and gentlemen.
He's the XTV Hall
But
of
I
Famer.
digress.
And now,
It's
Justin
3
Turkey
o'clock
Legs
on a
brings his
beautiful
famous voice
Saturday.
to the podcast world.
Hit the park,
This
ladies and
is
gentlemen.
Justin's
And,
podcast.
wherever you are, I hope that you are enjoying life. This podcast is for you to just sit back, relax, and just listen to the things that's going on over here, in my life, or on my guest life, or all the madness that's going on. You know what I mean? But you ain't got to worry about yours. Just for this hour, relax. Excited about my guest today. I got two guys, a guy and a girl who I've been waiting to get on here for quite some time, and they finally coming by. It's none other than Kareem and Jordan Strong. Man, I get excited just saying their name. Kareem started back in 2010, and Jordan Strong was supposed to get her start back in '04, but she got pregnant, and I'm sure she'll tell us all about that. Having JJ Strong as a father, and just all about the Strong family. Probably talk about Jax and all kind of good stuff. What's that new girl, Jacqueline Briggs, the rookie, who was just in that Mortal Kombat movie, did a fine job. Part 2 was yet to be released. I don't think I talked about that on here yet, but I mean, yeah, I had Jackson Sonya a couple weeks back. Maybe that was probably about a month ago now. And, but I haven't talked about it since it came out. It seems to have been well reviewed, and that's something I'm happy about. Bob and I, help produce things and move things along for the film. Get a whole lot of those new characters acquainted, with what's going on now, and just helping Cassie and Jacqueline feel comfortable. I think they'll be a perfect fit, and the West Coast. I hope I'm not out of turn in saying this, but they seem to like those two. I think that Super told me, Super Duper, aka Tony B, told me that he was very surprised with Cassie Cage's performance in this movie, and so we'll definitely be keeping our eye out on what Jacqueline and Cassie are doing. But today we got Kareem and Jordan, two youngsters who have been doing their thing and making a name for themselves right here in XTV. A few things on my mind this week. NXTV, ladies and gentlemen, has launched, and now my wife has been has found herself in quite a bit of a situation, as this is only probably the second or third week that the game has been in our possession. People have been created. I don't have a list of everybody, but my son is on that roster, and he has started his training. I can be honest and say that that in that tournament mode, he hasn't been looking as good as I would have hoped him to look. But as a competitor, though, he does look real good. Like, if you pick him in a regular exhibition match and it ain't none of that tournament stuff, it's not the season, he good. But in the season, they start him out at like a 60%, and he gotta buy points and and work himself up. So yeah, I had went in it before him, and what you got to do is, you start out, like I said, at like a 60, and you use the points to build yourself up. But those are the same points that I use to buy certain things. You know what I mean? Certain things like heavyweight championship belts. They got like 100 title belts that you can buy. They like $3,000 and $5,000, and then they got arenas that cost up to probably like $50,000 and $60,000. And then they have legends as well. a whole list of legends. You know, the guys that you really want to play with. You know what I mean? Because and that's not a knock to none of the guys on the roster now. I have a great time playing with, Finn Balor, you know, Bailey and Sasha and Charlotte, New Day, all those guys. So shout out to the talent of nowadays, but those real cats: Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Shawn Michaels, Steve Austin, Mankind, the old Undertaker, Bret Hart. It's so many of them, and then they got the old arenas. So yeah, it's quite the list, and so you can unlock all those cats too. But you need those points, and so that's been his struggle, but he doing his thing. Uh, they was gonna start off the NXTV title tournament, but I said, hold on now, Martha. I had to, because they got all excited. They was like, oh man, do we have 8 people? Because they got this tournament mode on the game. They say, do we have 8 people to do the tournament? And then, they was like, oh yeah, we do. They got this person. They was able to fill up 8 slots. I said, hold on. You said this is supposed to be a 36-man tournament. That gives more people a chance, because everybody ain't even done creating themselves. So, that gives everybody a chance, not just the top 8 guys that you think is the top 8. It gives a more variety of guys of a chance. That means that B-Boy and Sketch, although they are a great tag team, and I'll get to them in a minute, but they're a great tag team, but they may end up having to face each other if they don't lose in the first round. Or that's if they don't face each other in the first round. It could happen. So, yeah, I think that it should be something made special. I think that much like the WWE UK Tournament Classic, why not stretch it over the course of 2 days? 36 men, 36 brand new acts that you can bring in and make believable characters. And you know what else? It's even worth it to wait to let the West Side guys, get a hand in this. Why should the NXTV Championship just be limited to the East Coast? It don't have to be. Just because it's an East Coast idea, don't mean that it have to be. So that's my thoughts on that. They created the brand new XTV Heavyweight Championship, which will be rewarded to Wells once he creates himself. That's all he got to do. He was the last champion, and Miss Martha gave him the Heavyweight Championship. Another controversial decision, but that's the type of things that that's the type of thing that happens in this case. Baby and King Kong wanted. No, was it King Kong? Well, Baby. No, it was Baby and Amen. They wanted their respective championships that they had won and earned. And guess what? Martha gave it to him. Then Wells was starting to make a big fuss, and she gave him the heavyweight championship and had signed the matchup between Yaki Najiu and Wells at XTV Mania. It's going to go down for that heavyweight championship, and Killer will get his rematch clause, as will Romy Rome, who also had a rematch clause. So, interesting situation there with the heavyweight championship title situation. The grandmama, the one that matters, the number one, that heavyweight XTV heavyweight championship. And, I was talking about B-Boy and Sketch, we was watching them last night. They went up against Los Matadores of WWE. They had Foxy Hot in their corner, and Lana was representing for them. Just to keep everything fair. And it was wrestling live via our Tampa Bay Center, which was our brand new, created arena for the NXTV guys. Just a small venue, and it's a nice looking joint. You know what I'm saying? Small time for the small time guys, and then whenever they make it to that main roster, they'll be ready for that big time. But B-Boy is definitely no stranger, to big time. He's been at XTV Mania. He's made the big dance, but he's trying to make a better name for himself. He's trying to come up, and I agree with even certain guys from the West Coast that last night they had a great showing in that tag team matchup. They got the look down, and I'm excited about what these guys can do. You got the know-how of B-Boy and that young spunk of or I wouldn't even call it young spunk because I understand that Sketch is actually older than B-Boy, by a significant age. I think he's even up in his 40s. But the guy can move like Too Cold Scorpio. So it's quite interesting, as things unfold. Also, Derek Knox has brought his new guys out. He's got this girl Carmen, and then he's got this guy Tyrone Andre. I don't know Carmen last name. They just call her Carmen, and and they are managed by none other than, you'll never guess, a Baba. He talking about his name, a Baba Jenkins. I'm gonna get him on this podcast sometime soon. Cause I couldn't believe my eyes. A Baba, ladies and gentlemen, is on the game. This guy goes back all the way since the 80s probably, or maybe the early 90s. I don't know when a Baba came out, but he from way back then, and I don't think he's ever been on the game. I'm sure if he was, everybody gonna correct me and let me know about it. But yeah. That's crazy. They are called. I think they called Team Hard Knocks, and we seen this guy Tyrone Andre in action last night up against a WWE guy, Simon Gotch. I think we got it recorded. It's probably gonna be going up sometime soon. Pretty impressive guy. And yeah. So we're gonna see what else is going on. We also got Pasadena Pussycat, ladies and gentlemen. You may remember some months ago when I was talking to Coco and Tana. Tana mentioned this girl named Pasadena, and she was talking about Pasadena Opossum. But we're not trying to get no copyright infringement. So under XTV, she's going by the name Pasadena Pussycat. And, she's got a whole lot of guys turning their heads, breaking their necks, trying to catch a look at her. Another NXTV upstart that's on the indies. And more to be signed, the dotted lines have not been signed yet with Shannon Troffer. But she's another one that's coming to the NXTV roster. And we still ain't got our hands on Jackie Z and Cassie. I mean, I said Jackie Z, but yeah, Jackie Z too. She ain't been around. Yeah, she ain't made herself. But I was talking about Jackie and Cassie. So still so much more. And on this date that I'm recording this podcast, the East Coast or the West Coast guys haven't made themselves yet. So it's just craziness in the world of XTV these days. The Big Bang has happened, and everybody is doing a move set. Doing because the first week it was we gonna make themselves, and we didn't know who was gonna make themselves, and then we was up to the point where we had made all our legends, all the stars that everybody wanted to see. Howard, Walt, Yossi, Bob, myself, and so it was like, okay, we got to start making the new people then, and they just pour it in. They got so many people that I'm sure we'll be discussing more about over the course of the next few weeks. Bob, ladies and gentlemen, has run his mouth a little bit too much, I understand. And Romy Rome has decided to sick his goons on him. This happened earlier today, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I had some footage to show you guys, but apparently he was bum rushed, and and trapped inside of a cage. This all being directed by Romy Rome to his goons. They doing this to Bob Classic, and he's been hoisted up many feet in the air to the point that nobody can hear him. And yeah, Romy is just keeping him now, and he's feeding him every now and again, and he has a radio whereby he can, hear my podcast, and I think Romy had something going on earlier, and where he can just hear everything what's going on, but he can't respond. Nobody can hear him. And right now, via telephone, I got Romy Rome. Romy, what's going on, homie?
What's up, man? Back again here on Just Classic, man.
Now, go ahead and just, fill everybody in on what this is all about.
Nah, man. I finally got his ass, man. I had told your ass, man. Because you know what I'm saying? You don't be believing me, man. You know what I'm saying? You think that this a joke, man? And I know you can hear me right now, can't you? Can't you? Exactly. You can't respond, man. And that's how it's supposed to be. I told him to stop messing with Unc, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Unc, right, he's sick right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to put the man business out and stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, he just going through something right now, man. And damn ball just keep on running his damn mouth, man. So, that's what his ass is going to be. Everybody going to be like, what happened to ball? What happened to ball? And they go horse it in the air, man. Now, when everybody around here playing the game and having a good time and you horse it in the air, you're going to be feeling silly, aren't you? Man.
I understand, Well, what you got going on besides that, Romy? I see that this has got you real upset.
Hell yeah, got me real upset, man. I'm mad at you too, Justin, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause Trunks needed your help this morning, man. He wanted you to talk to him, and you sitting out there sucking your teeth and stuff, man. Y'all gonna stop this doggone, hate on each other, man. Y'all supposed to be able to represent and stuff, man.
Listen, Romy. I don't mean to be talking about this, but...
God, nah, go ahead, man. Talk about it, man. Go ahead, man. Listen, it's your podcast, man. Say that shit.
Shut up, Romy. Anyways, the thing is with Trunks is... And he gonna be like, oh, you do the same thing. But the thing is that he come in here and he beat me up. And that be the first damn thing he do. And I told his ass that shit the other day. I said, you come in here, and the first thing that you did was tell me that you was listening to the Fat Girl podcast. You thought it was funny, and then you heard how I was coming across, some kind of way on there, and you're like, yeah, you be doing that type of shit. Or you be doing that. And he beat my ass, Romy. And then hold on. Oh. And then I'm supposed to be able to forgive you when damn near every time you come in here.
Nah, man, but y'all fight all the time, man. Y'all brothers, man. That's what I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like people need to understand, man. We ain't got a lot of time, man. You know what I'm saying? This time that we have is supposed to be precious with each other. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't fun, you know what I'm saying, when we gotta, be beefing and, you know what I'm saying, causing each other, you know what I'm saying, grief. Y'all gotta chill on that shit, man. That's why on the 2GN, you know what I'm saying, on my show, you know what I'm saying, it don't be all that, it don't be no fighting, man. Cause I keep that around me, man, you know what I'm saying? For real, man. So you gotta learn how to do the same, man. You gotta watch your mouth, man.
All right, well, I appreciate it, Roman.
Anytime.
I'll talk to you real soon.
All right, man.
Oh yeah, man. Romy, right? And Trunks, I just want to say that I'm sorry. Cause you know what, man? You come out here and you beat my ass. You beat my ass a whole lot. And I caused you grief. But let's just call it what it is. And let's just let it be. I'm saying it right here on my podcast. That's just what it is. But you know what, Trunks? We already knew that. Okay? We already knew that. On the other side of this, ladies and gentlemen, we got Kareem and Jordan Strong. I'm looking forward to talking to these two, and I'm probably sure that you're looking forward to it after you hear me with my damn Beauty and the Beast poem. No homo. We'll be back.
This is so crazy. What you think about this movie, LTs? We not need to see that be there by feedback. Penalty by need to say LTs. They just doggone snicker, Charles. That we. You was so doggone annoying when you hungry. Betters? Better. You not you when you're hungry. Why wait? Grab a Snickers. Hey Sparky, guess what? What? Romy, I gave me this brand new leash for you for us to play. Here, take this Snicker. For what, man? Because you get tired when you're hungry. Better? Dang, Sparky happy as hell he had found some water. Better. You're not yourself when you're hungry. Why wait? Grab a Snicker. Back again here on Justin's podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Sitting here with Kareem the Dream and Jordan Strong. Y'all some good spelling kids, man. Yeah, got to, man, got to. The ladies, man, Kareem the Dream, man, it's good to finally sit down and talk to you guys. I was very enamored with both of you guys' career. This guy uses all the big words, man. I was. Let's start with you. Naturally, Kareem. You had your start here in 2010. What was your thoughts coming into this? I mean, and how did you even step into the game? Well, I mean, hold on, man. My throat. Oh my God, Lace, man. Here. Yo. Don't battle rap me now. Nah, but basically though, I just told my father I was interested. I've been bugging him like the whole time. My bad. And I had just been bugging him a whole lot about it. And I had been training and stuff, and he was just like always telling me, it's the difference between being in shape and being in ring shape. And I'm like, yeah, I understand all that, but what he didn't know was like, I used to like do my thing on the underground, like, every Fridays, what I'm saying, like in my hood, like they used to have fight night, what I'm saying, niggas would be up in the cage and shit, you know what I mean, and like, like they would just like bet on cats, what I'm saying, like it was like a way that you could really come up, what I'm saying, and like I had just been training like, at the same gym, that my dad had been training in, when he was young and stuff like that, and just meeting like, like a whole lot of the same people, and I just always wanted to be different though, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't always just want to be a boxer, you know what I mean? So like I trained with him, I trained with like guys from school and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And just like prepared myself for what might happen in the ring, you know what I mean? Like I even prepared as being a wrestler, because one thing I noticed about my father's career, like, like he was always great at boxing matches and being a boxer. I wanted to be able to, wrestle, like, or take a guy down. Like, you know what I mean? And so, like, yeah. So, anyways, to answer your question, like, he finally, like, gave me a chance, you know what I'm saying? He gave me an opportunity, and because I don't know if I told you that he was commissioner around that time, but he gave me the opportunity, he gave me one chance to shine, like the fucking Eminem song, man. And, guys were like, fairly impressed with me. You know what I mean? I just felt like I felt like it was like, like supposed to happen, you know what I mean? I felt like this was the beginning, I felt like, I'm going to be real big, and I don't know, man. Well, that could happen, or it could not, Kareem.
and we already know how the tables turn for you. But I want to kind of go over to Jordan before we get to you. And Jordan Strong, you had a bit of a different route because you were supposed to be NXT already back in '04. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, I was so excited. I was like probably, how old was I? Like 17 years old, and I mean, I was ready to get in because like the age I think has always been like 16.
Well, yeah, it used to be even lower. I used to have kids in here.
It's crazy, but yeah. So like I was 17 years old, and what happened was I got pregnant, and it was kind of like like Kay's story because like it was like we were depending on dad. Like we looked at dad like, dad, you got like I mean to me I was just like, you have this kind of saying you're in. And it's all about making a name for yourself and just, being somebody. And I felt like I could, it's the same thing that Kareem did, it's just like being our father's successor, it's not like to take his place or anything, I just feel like, everything that he's done, has, made a statement. Like he is somebody. He's with Ada, like he's important. And so if we could, create a strong family dynasty.
Exactly. That's what it's all about right there. Like, because cats get the wrong idea. Like, I'm sorry, Jay. Like, I ain't trying to cut you off or nothing, but it's like cats get the wrong idea about, like, what we trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like we trying to, squat on the family name. And it's like, nah, ain't nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Because, truth be told, our father brought us in. You know what I'm saying? Because we're like he believed in us, you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, we had to prove that that we were actually good at what we were doing. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So I got pregnant, and like he just flipped. Like he just didn't want to have nothing to do with me. He felt like I was just graduating. And, we were, like, arguing a whole lot around that time. And so, like, when I gave him that news, like, he just, like, he just lost it. Because he was trying to be a good father, for all the time he had missed. But, like, we just didn't see eye to eye around that time. And, so, yeah, like, I ended up moving out. I ended up moving with my aunt and everything. And it just didn't happen. So, yeah, that's how that was.
Interesting story, interesting scenario from the both of you guys. But you finally end up coming after all those years. I mean, I guess you took time out to take care of your kid.
Yeah, and then just life. I mean, one thing after another. We lost our grandmother. We were taking care of her because she got sick. And just all kinds of things, that were just happening along the way. And, yeah, so, it just got delayed, but, it was just always something. And then, finally, by the time I did, get into it, I was just like, you know what? Like, you only live once, I'm going to just give it a chance, I'm going to try. Because I still feel like I can be great. Like I haven't lost it. You know what I mean? So I just still wanted to go after my dreams.
Yeah. That's real nigga shit right there. So, Kareem, everybody knows the reason that you haven't been the favorable guy. And it's like, how do I want to say this? You have to know what puts you in this situation.
Oh, nah, without a doubt, man. Like, but it's like this, dog. Because I looked at it like this. All right. I watch a whole bunch of people in XTV, people just like me. You know what I'm saying? They come in, And it's like cats who are real athletic in the ring, they don't always have a mouthpiece. But like to me, whenever like you're supposed to be this goody guy or whatever like that, like you can't really use your mouthpiece, and like at the same time, so that leads you to not really being able to say how you feel. You know what I'm saying? You can't confront things. So when a guy's come stepping to me like killer, you know what I'm saying? Exactly what's gonna happen. Not trying to throw him under the bus or nothing, but just using him for an example because he was like one of the first ones to step to me. You know what I'm saying? So like when a guy like him comes in my face, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be coming across as soft when, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to play the good guy like, nah, it ain't like that, you know what I'm saying, I'm cool. When really, you know what I'm saying, like I'm the cat, like I'm the cat you want to try because I'll knock your ass out. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that about anybody. That's why I was like, do something. Because I wanted them to be like, you know, like I wanted them to hit me. You know what I'm saying? So I can have a reason to strike back. Because cats is always getting in fights and they always be bluffing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like when it come down to it, they want to like point the finger and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Can we cuss on here? Oh, yeah. Go ahead. You probably said like 1,000 already. Now, I've been trying to be censored though, but like, that's how it is though, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I came out with that slogan, because, you know what I'm saying, it was one of them cats. I don't want to say it was the killer, but it probably was, though. You know what I'm saying? Who got in my face, and, you know what I'm saying, and I was just like, do something. Because, you know what I'm saying?
Like that's how they are. They're like that. But and like dad said that like they're gonna try you. You know, like people are gonna just step to you. Like, you know, he prepared us. He warned us. You know, it's like this is a cutthroat, you know, place where people will just step to you just because, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, like people are like, you know, they step to me all the time. You know, I get dissed all the time. As soon as I open my mouth, people start laughing.
I'm sorry.
See, but it's like, okay, you know, like you gotta have thick skin.
I'm so sorry for laughing. I wasn't supposed to.
It's because I laughed though. It's like, you know, and it's like
But you saw that little smirk I did.
it's okay, man. Like I don't even trip.
It's like, you know, she got a thing though. You know what I'm saying? Like she got a thing. Like she got that charm. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that.
Whatever, Kay. Like I mean, I feel like the kind of heat that he got. Like I wish that I can get that kind of reaction.
You don't feel like you got that? I mean, like with all the success that you did, and you just did it in the ring, you know?
Yeah, but like I feel like I could have been so much more vocal. And, you know, it's just like, I don't know, it's just like so easy to get misunderstood and stuff.
Where you felt like you was misunderstood?
Like when I wrestled, when I fought in the best of 7 with Naomi. And then it was just like, you know, like with the ladder and everything. It's like, why put the ladder there if, you know, it's not going to be used as a weapon? You know what I mean? It was like, I'm going to mix it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you struck blood. You hit her with the ladder. That pissed her off.
I mean, it's just stuff like that. Like, you know, it's like, hit me back with the ladder then. You know, like, don't complain about it or don't make me out to be, like, fucked up, you know? It's like, it's not even like that. It's just like, this is the match that we're in. And, you know, that's how it is. Like, this is what we signed up for. We signed up to be in a ladder match. You know, I mean, we've been having classics, and it's not like I'm holding a grudge. You know, y'all don't think that. It's just like that's just how it is. You know, people think that way, and I'm just letting it be known that, you know, if they put me in a matchup, you know, where not only like mentally, you know, I'm fighting against the ladder and her, so I'm gonna take her out, and I'm gonna get the prize on top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think she had did something to you prior to that. You know, I don't know if she kicked you in your crotch or nothing.
It's like I said, though. I'm not bringing up old junk to be mean-spirited, or I ain't got no ill will towards her or nothing like that. It's just, you know, that's just how I felt at the time. You know, so I went with it.
Well, you know, both of you guys are on the brand new game. And, you know, I gotta wonder, you know, after being off all this time, you know, what is the perspective of a Kareem and a Jordan Strong?
Well, yeah, man. I mean, like I came in. I got into a damn disagreement with some cat the other day. I think it was probably Killer or somebody. Yeah, it was Killer. See, again, it's always him, man. But you know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna say nothing about that. But y'all see what I mean. A lot of people already know. It's like certain guys is gonna be the ones. When you come in here, they gonna run their mouth. Bob. Killer is another one. And really, those the main guys. I mean, me too, and probably you might hear something from Bess Wells. Is one of them ones now. He be saying little slick shit, Trunks. And little LT. Those the kind of guys. Everybody else seem to be pretty much all right. They don't really be picking on people, you know. But I just tell the truth though. I ain't. I'm a truther. All I'm saying is, like, I came in at one point in time and like Cass was just like, boo, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck you, Kareem. And I'm like, damn, dog. Like, I'm just playing a fucking role. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that what, is that what you mad about? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what just like, you know what I'm saying, completely threw me under the bus? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm like, damn, y'all still mad about that? Like, that's just my whole gimmick. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time somebody come in, because the shit's so old to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talking about some shit that I did, like, when I was, like, mad younger. You know what I'm saying? How old are you now? I'm 60. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yo, I do think, just mad matured since then. You know what I'm saying? I'm way older. I'm way more knowledgeable. You know, Cass is pissed at me because the hair I wore. Are you serious? You know what I'm saying? I be getting tweets and shit to this day. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, your hair looks fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I ain't worn my hair like that in fucking 3 years. Like, what the fuck is you saying? You gotta remember, a lot of those cats be like 5-year-olds and shit. And a lot of them cats be fucking 20-year-old men with nothing else to do but, talk about other cats' lives. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you said, them names right there. You know what I'm saying? Them names that you said it's like the main cats, and it's like, let a nigga breathe, dog.
But it's like now, there's opportunity with the NXTV division where it doesn't have to be like that. Like, you can like actually see people for their talent, and it's like, are people really good? Like, do they have something to bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's the reason why I signed up, because it's like, although I've already been here, I feel like I'm still new, and I can learn from it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like, like, fuck what them other cats is saying. It's like, because like we're all young, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're young dudes, you know what I'm saying? She's a young lady, so we got stuff to prove. And so just because, you know what I'm saying, we may have been around a few years, they don't make us vets. You know what I'm saying? That 4-year shit, just because you go past the 4-year mark. How many people went past the 4-year mark and still are nobodies? Like, think about that. Like, people that just like hang around. They're just lagging. They're just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't active doing nothing. So like, that's what we trying to do. Like, we're being active. You know what I mean? And it's like, we needed some momentum. You know what I'm saying? We needed something to be able to show that like we're out here. So boom, that's where it is. What is you guys' approach to the whole thing? I mean, guys like you two, here you are on the, as you said, going to be on the NXTV roster. What if you get called up? I mean, it's like,
I feel like with this, people are gonna say, people are gonna say who's good. Like, if you're not good, you're not gonna get called. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like based on everybody. It's like this. It's the same way, but at least you get a chance. Cause some guys will just leave. Like they get like, I see girls that leave crying. You know what I'm saying? Because of how harsh, like their whatever the thing's called, like when they review you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so harsh. it's just like it doesn't have to be that way. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I forgot where we was going, but sitting here with Jordan and Kareem, ladies and gentlemen, we got so much more to talk about. Yeah, I just had a high moment.
Yo,
Yeah, but it's a whole lot though still to come. Y'all stay with us.
Come on, defense. Come on, defense. I told him. See, that's why I cannot get behind this team. Oh, just chill. They'll take this nigga. Why? Because you be acting like Dread when you're home. Fuck that shit, huh? Come on. That it, then? No. All right, Bill.
You ain't you when you're hungry. Grab a Snickers. Back with Kareem and Jordan Strong. And, man, it's a good time here. Aren't you having fun?
this is great. Yeah, man, awesome.
This is the son and daughter of JJ. Now, does JJ have any more kids?
No, not that we know of.
I was just wondering, because you guys, you Strongs, you guys just keep on popping out of all over the place. I mean, there was you got JJ Strong, there's Jordan Strong, there's Nelson Strong, there's who else? You got of course there's Jax, and then there's Jacqueline. But who was the other guy though?
You talking about our Uncle Leroy?
Yeah, that's his name, Leroy Strong. So it's, you guys are all over the place. Any of those guys potentially, that we might see again, or any more Strongs coming to the roster? You guys keep in contact like that?
Somewhat. I mean,
Probably the next person that you'll see on the roster is Jaleel, though.
yeah, probably. If you were going to see anybody, it'll be Jaleel.
And who is Jaleel?
He's a cousin of ours, and yeah, he's on my father's side. He's like a Muay Thai fighter. He's into all that. But I mean, who knows though? Because our family is full of characters.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be that way. It's just like, I mean, since JJ came, it's just like you guys have just been sprouting. It's just like, why so many Strongs? It's like, you guys, just like you guys said, you guys kind of have a dynasty.
Exactly, though. Like, that was our thing, though. You know what I'm saying? And this is like, Nilsa came out, you know what I'm saying? And she did all right. She did her thing. But it's like, there was no link. It's like Nilsa came out, but she ain't never do her thing with JJ. You know what I'm saying? It's like, here's JJ over here, and Nilsa standing out over here. It's like, when Nilsa's on the roster, JJ ain't on the roster. You know what I'm saying?
He calls him JJ.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, you know what I'm saying? Me and Pop got it like that, though. But at the same time, though, you know what I'm saying? So, she ain't on the roster. You messed me up, Jay.
I'm sorry.
But anyways, yeah. So it's like, it was just crazy like that. So it's like, I feel like that's why you always see me and Jay together. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, it's just like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we definitely see you guys together. We see you guys on red carpet events, and you guys getting that thing. Getting your faces out there, touring the East Coast. And I don't know, man. What is it like in you guys' lives? I mean, you guys just like seem like so cool. Everybody, all the young people gravitate towards you guys, and think very, very highly of you, and want your autograph. Want to take pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're grateful. I gotta say, man. I'm grateful for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Who looks out. You know what I'm saying, for me, and like who understands where I'm coming from. Like in no way, shape, or form was I like ever trying to like what I'm saying, like shit on nobody. Like when you think about everything that I did, like it was all intentional. You know what I'm saying? It was all like a gimmick. Like cats, like what I'm saying, like really be hating on cats. But like to the cats who get it, shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, like I ain't got no beef with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, it's all love. Like, when I came back, I thought it was going to be love. You know what I'm saying? But they were like, boo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, booed out the fucking building. Like, fucking Roman Reigns.
It's like Jordan was saying, though, Kareem. Honestly, You want that kind of heat. You know, you got best heat. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, you don't want that kind of heat. You do. And that's what I be trying to tell. The same thing I be trying to say to the best. You know, it's a good thing what you got because guys are reacting to you. You are very polarizing. You know, you have, there he is with them damn big words again. You have a situation where, you know, some people absolutely love you and some people absolutely hate you. You know what I mean? And like you kind of catch the love on the backside, you know, on the forefront, you know, you come out to a crowd and it's just a sea of reactions. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily, you know, maybe the reaction that you wanted, but it's a reaction nonetheless. And you know that's what you got. That's something to build on. That creates a dynamic in XTV that, in my opinion, you don't see very often. You mentioned the Killer. You know, people hate Killer. You know, we know that. Like, you know what I mean? But he kind of, you know, like lately he been more loved. But, you know, Miss Mary May has talked about it, you know, and even my enemy, Neil, you know, he talked about it. You know, I've had my encounters with him. You know, so many people. You can get these stories from everybody. You know what I mean? But it's like, you know you hate him. We know we love 80s guy. You know what I mean? There's no question about it. But with you guys, you know, with a guy like yourself who's able to just, you know, get one or another reaction, you know, it just makes this all around thing, you know, that much more captivating, and it's just fun to watch.
Yeah. That was a mouthful, man. But I appreciate it, though, man. You know, too bad other people don't feel that way, though. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, it's all good. That, like, it ain't like I gave up on myself or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still going out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm still reinventing myself. Yo, I'm saying it right here on the fucking podcast. I'm not with the fucking nation. I've stopped being with them niggas since the fucking game stopped. Like, niggas still under that fucking impression too. So I want to say that shit right now. I'm not with them niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Quit tweeting me. Why your shit don't say NWN? Nigga, cause I ain't with them niggas. Nigga, like, that was the one thing I did. It was a fucking mistake. You know what I'm saying? But like, well, you know, why you... You know, Dream, why the hell would you choose them? You know, like, because they were doing that thing, and it's like, it was like a thing, like, oh shit. Because, alright, in WCW, cats was like, you know, cats who wasn't doing shit always got put on the NWO. So that's how I was. Like, I was like a nobody around that time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, who's gonna join the NWN this week? And it's like, they got me. But the shit just stopped at me though. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up being the fucking laughing stock. You was Vincent. Yo, that's flaw. Oh man, Vincent Bob.
That's mean.
I'm sorry. Yo, he just not. I couldn't resist. I'm over here trying to get over on your show. Trust me. You know, you'll get over. You know, you're putting in the work. You know, you're doing what you're supposed to do. You getting your story out there. You know, you're making it known. You getting heard, and you know that's the important part. Real talk. But yeah, man. So yeah, that's what I'm saying though. It stopped at me, dog. You know, and you know that's what fucked me up because it was supposed to be like a bunch of people. Like, you know, it was supposed to be like a new NWN. You know what I'm saying? The shit was like supposed to be a deep ass roster. But yeah, the shit stopped at me. You know. Well, in all fairness, you know, everybody already had. You know, around that time, everybody was already in a damn gimmick already. I mean, you know, 3D artists and Chris Major, you know, they had their thing. Then you had Roman Rome in them, Trap City. Then the NWN. Then it was Man, you know. And it was probably like even a couple other guys out there, maybe. I don't know. But, you know, all I'm saying is like the roster was, you know, affiliated, you know, with somebody at the time. So it's like, you know, you couldn't team with Yaki. You know, he already had a team, Yaki. You know, it was very limited. Yeah,
Yeah, so I ended up with the NWN. I mean, shit, I ain't gonna be with fucking Dyro and them niggas. I don't fit with them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm a young cat. These some young cats. I just join in with them.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, hindsight always been 2020 though. There's no possible way that you, in particular, could come out on top. But I mean, in that situation, I just don't see how. Not with those guys. They just something else. But I mean, this is a question to both of you guys. How do you guys plan on, sticking with, the talent? I mean, have you guys had a look at who is out there? Do you guys got your eyes on anything?
I mean, I see the other girls. The thing is for me is that like I'm on both sides. Like I'll be appearing like in the NXTV, with the younger girls, and I'll be on the main roster at the same time. So it's like,
Oh, I ain't know it worked like that.
yeah, I forgot that too.
Did you hit my weed?
No, I didn't, but it smells nice.
Martha, she would never hurt me, but one thing that she used to do to mess with me was she would just hold me down and just kiss me, and I would have to do stuff, and I'd be like, "Get off me, Martha!" And she'd just lay on top of me, and just hold me down, and just like hold down the top part of my body, because she ain't really that strong, and I can't get her off of me. I just sunk inside of her, and she would just stay there and kiss me, and she's like, "Nope, you ain't going nowhere." That's back when she used to believe that I was actually, coming here for a job. And now look at her. She running the place.
That's crazy.
That's awesome though. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's what we want for the Strong family.
It'll come.
But yeah, I mean, as far as the girls though, man, I'm just looking forward to everything though. And it's just like straightforward, man. Like I just want to knock girls out.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You was a hell of a sensation. When you came in, and you was taking out all the girls. It's like and legit. You didn't have to cheat to win or none of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and that's how I want to be this go round. I just want to be no nonsense. I expect that the girls are gonna get tougher. Because I've seen girls in practice. I've seen Pasadena. And yeah, there's just so much more diversity. I feel like I'm lucky to be in the position that I'm in. Where I can fight like up against a girl like Naomi, and Ada, or Yosi, Miss Foxy, or I can mix it up and I can go up against people like Cassie, or even my cousin. Like people are hitting me up like, "Are you gonna fight Jackie?" And I'm like, "Yo, I don't want to fight my cousin, but if we had to, I know it's gonna be like, a fucking dream match for you guys."
That would that's pay-per-view status. With the right build behind that, that is a money match that everybody want to see, because already, they already comparing you to her. They call her you.
And they call me her. It's crazy.
Yeah, so it's like, wow. I mean, y'all got that similarity, y'all got that kind of calm, and it's just like, of course they related, so yeah.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Yeah, I can't wait, because I just know it's gonna happen, and then I just love what's happening right now. A lot of things is being done right, over there with that program.
Word. Same thing with me though, man. I think they just strictly put me in NXTV. Like they don't even want me, mixing with those cats, and I feel like that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I got an NXTV contract. You know what I'm saying? So, I look forward to just mixing it up. I see that it's a whole lot of cats, doing their thing, already. So probably later today I'll get up in there and I'll start working on my move set. You know what I mean? Working on my entrance. But I'm just me, man. I ain't coming out with no boxer, entrance. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a point where, when I was doing my thing, with the Nation and all, or not even with the Nation before that, like they had, and even with Jay, like she had like an outfit where she was just like normal, you know what I'm saying? And like where she wore her everyday clothes.
Right.
So like that's how I am now. Like I'm just on my everyday shit. Like and plus they don't even have the fucking MMA gloves. So I don't know how you're gonna do it, Jay.
I already got my outfit. I mean, it is what it is. I don't need that to do me. And it's all about the moveset. It's all about how you move in the ring. And it's about that W.
Yeah, it is all about that W. Hey man, you guys are great, man. I don't want to hold you up too much. I know you guys got so much more to do, but I could talk about so much more with y'all though, man. When y'all was kids with JJ and stuff, and growing up and all that good stuff. Well, I know y'all gotta go, so I'm gonna let y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through though.
Oh man, anytime. Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
I had a great time catching up with Jordan Strong and Kareem the Dream Strong. I wish them the best of luck in their future endeavors here at XTV. Man, I mean, I got to a certain point. I realized that I'm not gonna have enough time for y'all. Because those guys had to go real soon, and it was so much more that I could have asked them, and that's just one thing that intrigues me about these newer guys and girls is like people who came in around like 2010. I mean, when you think about it, that's 7 years ago. Kareem came 7 years ago. Like in 3 years he would have been here for 10 years. That's crazy, and it's just like. You don't realize till you sit there with them that, oh, damn, you got a story. Like, you got a lot to say, huh? We got a lot to cover here, especially considering, the background. I want to talk about, how they came up with J.J. Strong, factoring in that, there was a part of that time period, at least the first 10 years of both of those, both of their life, give or take. He wasn't there, and they would communicate over the phone and things like that. So I just wanted to get their take on that type of thing. But it's always next time we will get them again. Like I said, I wish them the greatest of luck. And yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. So much more to come. So much on the horizon. King Kong, Ada, Mike Tenay, we're going to be breaking down some pay-per-views. We're going to be talking about the upcoming Renee Young and 90%, junctures that's going to be coming up. We're going to be reviewing some of those old SummerSlam episodes. Tenay may or may not have been a part of those. So, those are always fun. Doing those reviews. I haven't done something like that in a while. I don't know if I mentioned I got King Kong coming. I got Beasts coming up. 90%. Big Chunks D-Matic. So, a plethora, ladies and gentlemen, of heavy-hitting names, great conversations, and, you might get the idea that, maybe, I might say a name that, you might not think it's going to be, all of that. But I'll tell you what, when you get to hearing these guys' story, it opens up a whole new door, and you earn a whole new respect for them. So yeah, that's great. Check out all my links. I got links for the all of the different discounts and all of my different sponsors on this show. They always help out, and I'm very, very happy to have them all the old ones and all the new ones who have come aboard and keep this thing going here. Got links for the USA. My boy. That's my Jim Barnett impersonation. The UK. Let me see who I know from UK. Gorgon. Black. And also links for Canada. Yeah. So yeah, man. That's what it is. And stay tuned to see what else is going to be coming up in the world of XTV. Man, So much is on the horizon. It is an exciting time. I mean, all the content that has been dropping, it's just unbelievable. You know, I mentioned the Renee Young in '90, all of the new stars coming to the roster. You know, my son, XTV Mania is coming up. We got the game. The Mortal Kombat second half premiere is upon us. So much. Can you believe this? A very exciting time in XTV. We went from not having nothing, and you know, I encourage you to go back. I know I'm gonna leave in a minute, but I encourage you to go back and check out the JJ Strong podcast I did. You know, because he talks a little bit about Jordan and Kareem. But not only that, but you could just see where XTV was, because that interview is around about a year from this time. I recorded that on April the 1st of last year. I was in a truck talking to JJ on the phone. And before I got on the phone with him, I was just, you know, breaking down all the different things that was going on around that time. And yeah, it's worth taking a look at. It's there in my archives, or you probably have it actually. You may have downloaded it already, but I tell you what though, it's worth going back and taking another look at. Very fascinating stuff as the times evolve here in XTV. I'm happy to be a part of it. It is a good time, ladies and gentlemen. As Ernest Justin Turkey Leg signs off on another Saturday. I ain't even got my windows up, but it's a pretty day, and it's flossing season. I'll see y'all next time.